Gå ganska rakt.
Lite lång.
Bryter nu. Försöker nu. Gå, gå. Ja, bra, Sanna.
So hello and welcome back here to this Women's Masters in Basel. Tonight on the program we've got the C final between the Swiss team of Ursi Hegner and the Swedish team of Anna Hasselborg. I'm here today with Roger Gulka. Hello Roger, how are you?
Good evening, good evening. Well, there we go, there's the last game tonight. And also the last teams who can still qualify or be eliminated before the quarterfinals. So, well, it's the last chance, especially for that young team of Hegner and the other young team of Anna Hasselborg from Sweden. So greetings to all the fans from everywhere, Sweden and Switzerland. I suppose people will be cheering for their favorite team. And it seems like both teams start the game not taking any risk really. Just playing a bit of hit. Sometimes you're in a state of mind where you're trying to not lose instead of go for offensive win, at least in the first maybe one or two ends. That happens quite often. Also, it's a good chance to gain some confidence sometimes. Maybe you've lost your last game, or you'd rather just make sure you can make a few open shots before playing the tougher ones. And so another little hit. Yeah, so pretty open game so far. Karin Rudström. Yeah, a little bit of changing there in the team. Hasselborg, who was usually playing with the McManus sisters, still playing with Agnes Knochenauer and Sandra Flieg. Karin Rudström is kind of new in the team, I think. So, still performing quite well. Make it to C-Road final. We were losing a very close game to Eve Muirhead previously in the B final. And Chantal Bugnon. Just another good hit and stay.
Okej, oh, bara rent. Upp lite. Wow. Wow. Bra så Karin, bra så. Kör kall. Bra Karin.
Ja. Und jetzt wieder längig.
Bra Karin, bra så.
Halb. Okej. Wow.
Yeah.
Fit langhus. Fit langhus.
Here's Nina Ledergerber. Just going for the draw. It'll be interesting to see actually how that young Swiss team will perform. I think for them, they're already really happy to have gone so far in this tournament. Probably one of their first experiences at that level, playing some of the best teams in Europe. Including Anna Hasselborg and Agnes Knochenhauer here throwing the rock. They were together World Junior Champions in Flims in 2010. They won against Rachel Homan.
Lite rak, men mycket is också. Den greppar
Doesn't
ingenting.
really understand what happened. The rock went much straighter than what she would have expected. Maybe a bit wide or a bit too much weight. It seems like she was asking, did I throw too hard? Here's Nina Ledergerber throwing another draw. Nothing particular.
Ganz inne. Ganz. Go. Fest, weiter, bis ganz inne.
Sorry.
This year, actually, in Switzerland, we're going to have one big event for curling. It's going to be the European Curling Championships in Champéry, in Switzerland, in Valais, a nice region in the mountains. Many teams are expected, all the teams from the A group that you'll certainly see on TV, and also lots of teams from B group. Many countries are represented. It will be interesting to see which Swedish team will be coming. There for Switzerland, at least the qualifications will be pretty soon, starting I think next Thursday in Langnau. For the men, there will be Team de Cruz playing against Team Sven Michel. For the women, there will be Team Tiranzoni, Team Pets, Team Yegi, and Team Felcher playing for the qualifications. So 4 women's team that are going to be competing, and all 4 of them are playing this tournament. We saw before Tiranzoni versus Felcher in the skins game. All those teams will meet very soon for the quali. 6 games, double round robin. If a team wins all of them, they qualify directly for their Europeans. Otherwise, it's going to be a final at the best of 3. And Team de Cruz and Team Michel will just play a big final, best of 7. So you will know next week which Swiss teams, well, at the end of next week, which Swiss teams will be representing our country at the Europeans.
Nio. Vilka inåt?
Yeah, so we had a question in our chat asking actually if there was a time limit for the games. So while there is kind of a schedule, but there's no real time limit. Only if the teams play a bit too slowly, somebody from the organization will tell them to hurry up. But basically there's no real time limit.
But there will actually be a time limitation once the playoffs start tomorrow morning. Then we will have playing time of 95 minutes per team, or is it thinking time? Either one of those, I'm not quite sure. Then you will have this time limitation plus even a team timeout, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there will be a team timeout tomorrow. If the teams have a coach, of course.
Okay.
And Hasselborg, she likes to play the takeouts. She plays the peel. No problem for her. That's going to be blanked end. Blank first end. She keeps the hammer. I think now we'll see the Swedish team trying to go for a bit more offense. Probably they feel that, well, now that they play just an open end, open takeouts, nothing really difficult. It's time now to sort of press a bit on the gas and try and create something.
Right, we just got a comment from Rat on Pat. Well, I believe Roger, besides me here, had the same motivation in learning Russian, so he could understand everything. And Curling Hoot, you're more than welcome. Actually, we have to thank our fantastic background crew with Martin Stucki as the lead and Fabian and Celine Stucki on the cameras. Thanks for the great work. I think it's those kind of people who deserve this kind of thanking.
Yep. Så. Ja.
Oh yeah, indeed. So the Swiss team not taking much risk, just drawing one in the house. Good draw actually. Got a good position in the control zone. Now we're gonna have some action coming up. And Hasselborg asking center flick for a corner guard.
Hela vägen! Mycket liv, gå, gå, gå! Ni har en tjej hela vägen ner. Hela vägen, kom igen! Så långt ni kan, kom långt ni kan. Hela vägen, hela vägen. Jättebra Sandra. Bra sopat. Okej. Stå ut.
So we had a question actually, how are the games chosen? Well, actually we have our cameras set on sheet 3. So basically the game that's organized on sheet 3 is the game that we will show. Of course, sometimes we can make a few arrangements depending on what are the draws. But we don't have a total freedom because, for example, if a team just played the previous game on that sheet, we cannot really make them play again exactly on the same sheet. That'd be a disadvantage to the other team. So basically we stick to the plan that the team that is meant to play on that sheet, well, the game that is meant to be played on that sheet will be the game played, broadcasted.
And it's also part of the triple knockout system
Alexander.
that basically any team can end up on any sheet at any given time. So it's pure coincidence what teams
Alexander.
play at the very moment of our coverage or outside our coverage.
We've got a bit more freedom when it comes down to the quarterfinals. I mean, well, 4 sheets are used only, and then after 2 sheets, well, then after, of course, the final, that's the only game on. So it really depends. But I also don't mind just showing also all kinds of teams, you know. I mean, in general, if you would choose always the teams that you would broadcast, you would just show always the same ones. So also, I think the advantage with that system is that it allows broadcast of different teams. For example, Team Hegner, I think probably first time for them. They're broadcasted live. I think they're quite happy about it. So of course the questions that before really want to see a team sweep. Which is probably for people who are familiar to curling know that it means actually Team Sidorova. So well, if they qualify for tomorrow, I think there will be good chances that they will be on.
Yes, I believe we have not broadcasted him yet. I don't know what the draw exactly looks like tomorrow, but there's a chance of 1 in 4.
Yeah, at least. It actually depends a lot on them. If they play good, then they'll be in the final, and then they will be broadcasted. Very defensive end, but this time there's a corner guard, and Chantal-Bino didn't manage to stick in the rings. Well, I think even if she would have stayed in the rings, probably Anna Hasselborg would have asked for the draw behind that corner guard. Now it's their time to do something. Actually, curling is quite an easy game. If you have a corner guard, that's way enough to score 2. Just get one behind, our guys build a guard, split the house, trade rocks, score 2, then.
If it was only that easy at all times, right, Roger?
It is easy. It is easy. It's only draws and takeouts. I mean, come on. But indeed, players need really a lot of good skills. And Karin Rudström is visibly very unhappy with her shot. They had a really good chance there to take position there. Bam. Well, just refocus and get the next rock fine. I mean, you can't make all your shots. You can't play better than 100%. It happens that you miss, so if you miss, well, it's easier said than done. Of course, you got to try and forget about it, focus on your next shot, and while you're at it, just try and do everything you can for your team. Sweep to death, everything. Oh, and is that a peel that will... That was a very slow peel and a very bad result there. Later Gerber just threw that peel a little bit slow, I would say, or, well, for sure a bit wide. And rock just hangs in the rings, and finally Karin Rudström's mistake is just been cancelled by miss after miss.
Håll igång! Kolla upp, var är vi? Rent! Rent!
So now Agnes Knochenhauer just got good draw weight.
Jättefint.
A really good shot. There's
Härligt, bra skott.
0 chances for a double there.
No, that is definitely not possible.
Härligt,
Unless if you
jättebra.
throw maybe a 3-second takeout.
Not even that. I
Even
guess.
Anyway.
Sweepers are on it.
And Nina,
Rolling to the middle a bit.
good shot.
10.
Still, they really have to hope now for a mistake from the Swedes there if they don't want to get a 2 taken on them. Sweden has the last rock. Agnes Knochenhauer playing in normal takeout rates.
Eller 9-7 sa du? Eller sa du 10-7? 10-7, ja. Bra Hennes!
And no mistakes so far.
Gör särskilt när man kan, alltså
Now what Marcy Hegner has to do is
utan att lägga upp
to hit and roll.
det är ganska, alltså eftersom att den ligger så långt på sidan.
Try and create a situation where they leave themselves, where there's a chance to have a double. Left-handed skip.
Så vilka ute nästa? Chappar dem nu. Om man chappar, då ligger det ganska lätt.
They just need to roll maybe a meter to the right-hand side. Oh, no, they finally just hit and stay on the nose. Well, it would be good for Anna if she could roll a little bit to the side, to the outside, maybe try and stay in the 12-foot. Anyway, a nose hit will still be fine. In double, there would be an angle for double, but it would be a difficult double across the house.
Spela 11. Vilka ut då?
Definitely, if she leaves that shot, Marcy Hegner will have to try it. It's that or nothing.
Oj, det var skräp.
Men det verkar som en relativt fin kropp att bara spela upp en annan poäng.
Vänta! Var det rent? Wow! Oh! Ja! 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 Wow! Wow! Ja! 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 Håll! 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 Gå, gå, gå! Håll! Bra. Bra. På 10 nu.
She has to go for that double.
Nej, jag tror inte det. Jag tror hon ska lägga fris där framme. Även om hon gör det så är det bara tjappa omkring med en 8 en 10.
Just wants to hit and stay, but
Ja, lovely. Ja, lovely. Fish, dear, fish.
Hits and rolls out.
that's basically what she asked for.
Nej, här, jag tror inte det heller. Eller 9, vi har ändå bot att rulla på. Ja, jag tror det bara.
Ja.
9.
So Anna Hasselborg, she just has a easy hit and stay for 2.
Vänta. Wow!
Well, easy hit and stay. I mean, it's far on the side. That's really what Hegner is counting on. Is it's quite tough.
It's hanging, but it's
She
good.
makes it. Yeah.
That's probably one of the skinniest 2s ever.
Yeah. 2 biters. That's enough. Like I said, I probably pretty easy. Just need to have 2 rocks and fight the house. It's enough. Anyway, they got their 2. I think they're going to be quite happy with that.
I think that's probably one of the better textbook 2s. Well separated and an open house.
Yeah.
Out eller in, Sandra?
Kanske ska testa out eller?
Here's the photographer.
He is probably the guy with the toughest job ever. He is the guy who has been in this ice rink the whole day and for every single game. And for 2 hours still, as he stands.
I have to say it's quite cold in there.
Yep.
Get pretty stiff.
Jättefin linje!
Jetzt machen wir es.
Jättefin linje! Kolla upp! Kolla upp!
Now it will be interesting to see how the Swiss team will react. They've played extremely defensively so far. Now, I mean, they don't have to take any particular risk, but they have to try and create something. I mean, they can't take out their way to victory, really. I think Sandra Flake a little bit disappointed that her rock just slipped by the tee line. That usually never helps. Oh no, actually that basically never helps. Now, yeah, good call there from Hegner, corner guard. Try and see if she can create a bit of offense. Not too much risk there because that rock in the center is not very well placed.
Slide, Dry. Steht Lagus. Da. Sieben. Over T.
Now the Swiss team has Hammer, of course, in this end.
Yeah.
10. Ren! Ja! Ja! Hårt! Hårt! Hela vägen! Hårt! Gå! Hårt! Hela vägen! Hårt! Bra spel. Sanna, jag glömde bort att det är plusskala din första på din...
Oh, they'll try to replace that corner guard. Trying to get in front of the rings this time.
Sorry.
3, 3, 3, 2.
Wegspelen. Oké, zo. Ja. Training. Super.
Japp! Japp! Ligger bra! Hårt! Hårt! Grymt.
And now it's Hasselborg's turn to play quite defensive.
Nej. Det blir en 2,25 i skåret.
Actually, we're quite happy to see that people from a few exotic countries watching us, people from Brazil and from Argentina.
Yeah, it's always great to know that the curling family is expanding.
Well, I know that now there's a curling team in Brazil. Maybe actually Buzelio can make a little comment about the curling teams in Brazil. I don't know if he plays actually in a team, how many curlers are there, if there's any ice rink, or how do they play, what kinds of conditions. That would be quite interesting to know. Brazil is quite new to curling, and it's actually pretty cool to have. Let's see if they can become as good as they are in football.
10. Nej, nej, oh!
Sorry.
It's a big hair
Just
under
take
it.
out.
Ja, inte det där, utan när man lägger av det då.
Have to stick in and try for freeze.
Ja, normalt heter det halva då.
Rock picked actually.
Total hjärnblödning. Där sitter vi lite annorlunda just det. Det var bra plats. Ja, men kanske. Men ja, jag fick bra tajming. Det var bra plats. Det var liksom så här. Jag kom ut och jag bara, jävlar vad hårt det var.
Sieben! 6! 5! 4! Ja, jag har den där under mun. Ja. Ja,
Now they're going for the freeze.
ja. 6!
Looks quite close. Line is good. Missing a few centimeters there. Not a bad shot from Chantardino.
11! Marginal, bara klippa den.
Now they got to try and hope for some kind of mistake or a half mistake.
Jättebra spel, Agnes.
Det var 10-2.
Jättefint. Bra spel.
Wie lange ist jetzt echt der gewesen? Ja.
Rossi, wie lange ist Ihr Fahrer gewesen? 14. Gut, gut. Ja.
Now once again, after a good peel there, try and re-put that freeze. Problem is that they're facing a real hitting team there. Agnes Knochenhauer and Anna Hasselborg. I mean, they really like to play the hard way takeout, and they're really good at it.
They already were back in their junior days.
Well, I remember there they could throw those rockets down the ice, really precise rockets. Makes a big difference really when you can play those kinds of shots. You can see they're really not afraid of playing that takeout. Just do that, peel it. You can even roughly hit it on the nose, stay in front of the tee line, and remove both rocks. That wouldn't be a problem. Got to make sure you don't get the big jam though, but I don't think they were too afraid about that. Let's see how that comes out. That's not bad.
Another example of a real rocket.
Yep. And now they're going to go again for the freeze. Really much to say so far. Both teams playing very defensively. But Anna Hasselborg managed to get that 2. They really got to hope that they get a really good freeze there. It's short. Okay. Yeah, I think, well, now Hasselborg can try to do the hit and stay as she was just showing there. She could roll to the forefoot and do even better than in blank end, just force the Swiss team to take 1 and pick back the hammer in the 4th. She hit the right side of the rock, just a little bit too thin. I think maybe she was a little bit scared there, flashing it. Swept it from the start. Now, once again, go for the freeze. See if they're going to get it this time.
It's always great if you're in a situation where you can play the same rock twice. Mostly you hope that you don't have to play it a second time because you missed it the first time, but usually you know what did you do wrong before if you already had a chance, and this is the exact same shot as they attempted before. So the chances of making this freeze are actually quite a bit higher than they were before, because especially a freeze that is such a high accuracy and precise shot needs every bit of information you can get about the ice, about the line, about the weight. And it's certainly an advantage if you've already once watched the same rock go down the sheet.
Yeah. It is close. Sadly, just curls a bit too much. Sorry, sadly, doesn't curl enough. Line is just not perfect. Now, Hannah will have no trouble removing that red one. They can actually just do a nose hit or a little roll to the side, towards the center. I mean, sort of force the one. Fine for her. Yeah, but as you were saying, I mean, curling is a really game with many aspects to it. Reading the ice is a really important one. Players often play those international competitions on really good ice. It's very regular, very good, but you know, there's always little places there, not always perfect, and it's really important to be able to see them very fast, to know them, and be able to put the boom in the right spot.
Well, from speaking to the players between ends, between games, you also can hear that it's not the easiest to play on here. Also, the ice maker said it was very difficult this weekend to put up a good ice, so it's not to underestimate.
Actually, in a way, if the ice is not perfect, it adds a bit more to the skill of the skips. I mean, if the ice looks good, it curls, that's the most important. It's always very difficult to play on very straight ice. You can't go behind a guard. You really can't play the game the way you want. As long as you have curl, that's really what matters. Like it's curling half the ice, but you can really hold it with the sweeping. Both times we saw the teams kind of get stressed there, but finally the rock came just fine. Yeah, so, well, I think the Swedish team's going to be quite satisfied so far. They got their 2, left their 1. That's really the like in the books. Take 2, give 1, take 2, give 1. So far, so good. They got the hammer and the even ends. So in theory, they should take the 4th, leave the 5th, take the 6th, leave the 7th, and come home with the last rock. That's also an aspect of the game. Try to manage the ends. Try and see if sometimes you could get a blank and then go for it in the next end.
Very good center guard, close to the house, touching the center line, almost middled. That's something you can work with.
I got a very personal question. They're asking, what's my favorite team in curling?
That's an easy answer. Even I can answer that for Roger.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty easy answer.
Bra linje!
It's a very personal question, but I will answer, of course,
Vi är
it's
väldigt
Team
nära.
Cruz.
Då är vi inte det.
They're my favorite guys because they're my former
Ja, vi
teammates.
är väldigt nära nu. Nej, vi kan inte tycka.
Yeah, you've been a long journey with them. You've been to 2 junior worlds or 3 even?
Two junior worlds with them, yeah. 2 times as champions. I got some good results with those guys, and they're keeping up the good work. They're really training a lot, very serious. They're looking for sponsors still, but there was a dinner with them on Friday. invited lots of people from the club. It was great. So they're putting in the effort. They're really trying their best. And well, next week they'll play against Team Michel, another really good Swiss team. Well, there were a few changes though in the half season. Claudia Petz was playing with Michel, now plays second for De Cruz. And Sven Michel still plays with Simon Gempler, and now with Florian Meister and Stefan Meinberg. So a very strong team. And it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to come out of those qualifiers for the Europeans next weekend. Best of 7 for men's.
Yeah, both teams certainly to look out for. I mean, Sven Michel's been the Olympic team for Switzerland, whilst Peter De Cruz has just won the bronze medal, I think, at the Worlds.
He won the bronze medal at the
last
Worlds.
year. So quite impressive records. And only last week it was when Sven Michel took the second place here in Basel at the Swiss Cup, the male equivalent of the Women's Masters, I would say.
Yep, it is. Last week that was. Sadly, it was not broadcasted. But we'll try and get it for you next year. Indeed. Some good level, and it was really nice to see actually the Swiss managing to get a good result at the Worlds, beating Canada for the bronze medal. That was quite an achievement, and they're really happy, and they really deserved it, just with all the hard work they made. Yeah, so it will be interesting to follow all those teams this season. Big events in Switzerland this year, so are those qualifiers and then the European Championships in Champéry, and then there's the A-League and the Swiss Championships. Decide which team will be representing Switzerland at the Worlds.
Well, considering those events, I think it's the same for the ladies.
Ja, ska jag så då? Ja. Sari? Ja.
På den här, när det klarar 5 minuter så är det inte jättestort.
Bit of a drift there. I'm sliding. That's going to be really close. Oh, and that just rubs off, and that gives a good chance to the Swiss girls there to try and create something now. We have more than 2 rocks in play.
Well, definitely a chance now to get one around there and create some offense and some chances.
Ich darf einfach bis 4 kosten,
Das muss ich da machen.
Ja, nein, ich habe mir auch überlegt, aber finde ich auch nicht so gut.
Now they have a good chance to come and get a good draw there behind those 2 reds.
Ja, aber dann 3, oder? Wenn denn? Da. Ja. Dürfte auch ein 4 sein, oder?
Ja. Dann schon lieber ein 3.
Gut, dann geht eben auch. Dann geht eben auch der Double, oder? Wenn er zu dir kommt, Double und die.
And we're glad to have someone like Peja Lindholm watching us. Hello, Peja.
Okay, also 3, hä?
I really wonder who you're cheering for right now, actually.
Also a difficult question, I guess.
That's also quite a tough question. Lindholm now. Former skip of Team Sweden, now national coach. interested to see how this Swedish team performs.
Det är samma. Ja, ser lika mycket.
Ja. Så då.
Kan jag spela 11?
Marginal i garden.
Ja.
Sar.
Spela samma fart då.
There's actually only 2 Swedish teams here, which is kind of surprising because the Women's Masters usually is always well visited by Swedish teams. There's only Anna Hasselborg, as we watch them right now, and
Bara rent.
the team of Jonna McManus, which was eliminated earlier today, I believe.
Nära!
Interesting to see that Team Almarks of Cici Östlund and Team Alteli
Nära! Järnet, Agnes!
with Skip Margrethe Sigfridsson
Det är bra, Karin.
are not part of the
Bra
tournament.
spel, Karin.
I think that now Team Sigfridsson has stopped playing.
Have they?
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong.
Jag sa att det var för fart. Är det så här?
Anyway, Sweden having always a very strong curling teams. They really had a good performance last year, especially with 2 medals at the Olympics. Really nice silver medal from the girls. Team Sigfridsson, who lost a very close final. Against the team from Canada. Team Canada was skipped by Jennifer Jones, who actually was really on fire during those Olympics. Well, actually, the men, Chris Dean, won the bronze, beating China in a really close bronze medal game. It was a really nice game to watch, actually. Ended up in the extra end. Chinese skip ending up being a bit too long on his draw. He had a really difficult draw there. The Swedes forced him to play a really tough draw of the button, and he was just a little bit too fast. So I think Pia Lindvall was quite satisfied with those Olympic Games. Also be quite satisfied with that shot. A little tap back weight. Agnes Knochenhauer.
Jättebra spel, Agnes.
Ja. Jag spelar. Svara 1-5, si. Ja.
Vad sa du? Alltså det beror på vilken fart och hur de går, teoretiskt.
Very nice shot there from Nina Lidegerber. Hidden roll dead, buried behind those center guards.
Yeah, that's a really good shot. Well, I think knowing Anna, she would probably go for a run back. Right on.
No long discussion there. Even if you only clear the guard and do not take out the rock in the house, it's already quite a decent outcome.
Yeah, that's what you would call a half-made shot or a half-missed shot, depending on how you see it. If you see it positively, it's if you don't do the run back to roll out, well, there she actually got neither of them. So I think, yeah, Agnes would be quite disappointed.
Well, the run back is still there.
It is still there, yeah. Thank God for her she didn't roll far enough to be in front of those reds. That would have cut all the possibilities for a run back. So the Swiss there, well, they actually have two options basically. I see this would be either to guard that up, stop the run back, direct run back, and draw another one in. Chose to go behind. Well, that if she plays the guard, then it would be Anna would play the draw after behind. If she plays that draw, I think Anna will just try the run back again.
Yeah, well, I think you have to play the second draw because the shot in the forefoot is only just not quite half biting the forefoot, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not an absolute winner. So skips at this level usually manage to hit the forefoot. So you got to make sure that the shot is good enough. And also, if there is a second shot in the forefoot, it's also going to put a lot of pressure on Team Hasselborg to perform better.
That's pretty good. You got to shoot that one hard.
Right till the end. Very good shot.
Good shot, yeah. Well, I think though that if Anna plays that one really nice, she can make the run back double though.
That is true.
That's to break the momentum. Bam. We'll see. Anyway, good shot there from the Swiss. We don't have last rock. They got the center nice and covered, and 2 rocks behind. So far, so good for them. I think actually Anna has quite a big margin for error on that run back, because even if she's wide, she would send the yellow on those 2 reds, and then the yellow would go straight onto the 2 reds behind. So in the house.
Well, let's hope for her that she doesn't hit it exactly the same way as Knochenhauer did before.
Yeah, she's not allowed to be inside. She's allowed to be wide. She cannot be inside. It's all those things that you know at the back of your head. It's the right side to hit the rock.
There's almost always a correct way of missing the shot, so to say. Good attempt. Doesn't quite get the double.
She rolled quite on the side, so actually the Swiss are in a good position to steal now. I think she was really hoping to have a better result. But, well, now the ideal for the Swiss now would be to play a freeze on their own. Nice freeze right in the center. Salut Megan. Okay, that's not bad. They could have had that little extra if they had the freeze on.
Drar ni en lucka lite heller så man hittar linjen till. Gillar ni skjuten?
The only option she really has would be a draw, and she would get something, a run back.
Vad sa du? Ja. Feeling va? sätter vi dit den här. Sätter vi den här.
So since I see that there's quite a lot of you following other games as well, if you would like to directly follow the results of the other games being played right now, I'm gonna post the link in the chat.
And that's a really nice run back. And Hasselborg there, the shot at the end. 3 points.
Ja, men grymt tjejer. Jag var med kanske tidigare i mitten.
Alltså jag skulle skatta en
skottgården. Ja. Men då vet vi det. De kommer ju verkligen på. Nu vill vi gå lite bättre. Verkligen. Ja. Det är fortfarande väldigt bra prestationer. Det är bra spel. Bra, topp 4. Springa till.
Ja, men det är inte similar.
1 eller 0.
Så de verkar lägga ner.
Oh, what a shot, really.
Ja. Alltså jag skulle ett så
And Hasselborg there. Those shots that you really love to make. I mean, not only she got the run back, but she really sticks it on.
Absolut.
It's that extra point. So now 5-1. For Team Sweden.
Bra linje! Jättefin linje, kolla upp! Gå då!
Well, now
Perfekt linje!
in the break, no, it's not break anymore, but anyways, we're gonna show you an interview with a person from SWE and their work on curling here in the region of Basel and the Women's Masters. Enjoy!
In der Schweiz engagiert sich SWE stark für eine aktive Gesundheitsvorsorge. Und wir fördern in diesem Zusammenhang natürlich verschiedene sportliche Aktivitäten von unseren Versicherungen.
Und warum unterstützt SWE speziell den Curlingsport?
Ja gut, neben der Spielfreude zählen beim Curling ja auch Taktik, Technik und Kondition eine grosse Rolle. Und das ist eigentlich eine ideale Verbindung zwischen Geist und Körper. Und wir sind überzeugt, dass gerade im Bereich von einer aktiven Gesundheitsvorsorge das eigentlich gute Voraussetzungen sind.
Was bietet denn SWE besonders für aktive Curler?
Durch die spezielle Partnerschaft von Swiss Curling und SWE kriegt bei SWE versichertes Aktivmitglied von einem Curling-Club bis zu 600 Franken pro Jahr an Clubbeitrag. Außerdem können auch Familienmitglieder von Spezialrabatt auf ausgesuchte Zusatzversicherungen profitieren.
Okay. Lite vidare än förra. Bra linje, kom! Den driver väldigt mycket nu! Den driver! Ja, den ligger i! Ja, gå! Säker helt in! Bra. Jättefint. Det gick på någonting där vid märket. Bra. Det är så att de hämtar på kanten där. Och var? Ja, det gör
Jag börjar pylla.
Ja. Jo, men det tror jag också. Det är ju den sidan som är curlande. Ja, jag tror det också.
So we are back. Now, Swiss team there, back on the wall. 5-1 down, but they have the last rock in the 5th. Trying to create something, and now Team Hasselborg will play defense. 2 corner guards now. Trying to set up something. Probably have those 2 yellow rocks in the house are very well placed. There's still a possibility for a double and roll or something, so just have to be patient. But really, they played that 4th end really well, I think, even though they could have maybe done a bit better on their last shot. But I mean, with Anna Hasselborg's run back, really can't do that much against it. Really a great shot from the Swedish skip. I think Peja Lundholm enjoyed that one.
Well, we all did, I guess.
Yeah, and also want to say hi to Benoit there, who's listening to us. Benoit from, of course, my favorite team, the Cruise. For once, they're not playing this weekend, so we can just watch curling from home. I just want to remind you that actually you're watching live on the Curling Champions Tour live broadcast. The Women's Masters of Basel. And so we're in Switzerland, and my name is Roger Gulka, and I'm commentating with Bastian Wiss. This is the final of the Sea Road. Those are the last teams who didn't qualify yet for the quarterfinals or haven't been eliminated yet. This is the Swedish team from Anna Hasselborg playing against the Swiss team of Hegner. And so far so good for the Swedes. So nothing really changes. And we'll see usually on the 2nd rock or the 3rd, you'll go behind the corner guard.
Rent! Rent! Bara rent, tung rent, tung rent, tung rent. Grymt, Agnes.
Another good shot, Peels. Well, that level, you don't tend to see that much of those shots missed, especially on good ice. Actually, I don't know if there's a statistic about the percentage of peels they're made. It's probably close to 90%.
Hast du noch mal sagen, sorry? Was willst du? Ja. Ja, ist gut. 80? Ja.
So we had a question there about Team Jarkova. If they're out, well, yes, sadly, for them, they lost the game against the Danish team of Dupont. That was a really tight game there. They stole one in the 8th to play the extra end, and Madeleine Dupont played a really good shot. Nice run back for one in the extra end. Or for 2 or something, anyway. She scored for a run back with a run back in her last rock.
Härligt. Grymt spelat, jättebra. Grymt sopat. Härligt. Vad sa jag? 11-0. Ja, de har pustat sig fram och kalla. Ja, nej, jag vet. Jag tänkte bara att jag tyckte att det gick lite rakare, men det gjorde det inte. Det var bra sopat.
Ja.
Nej, men jag hade koll. Jag tänkte på det, men jag tänkte ändå att den där dragningen gick rakt.
Ja, skott! Det får vara betänkligt.
Bra, jättebra sopat.
See from their body language that they're quite confident right now. Seems like nothing can really happen to them. Let's just decide not to use their corner guard anymore now. They're just going to try and freeze apparently. And that rock in the middle. Hard sweeping from the girls. I don't think it's going to be enough. Well, it's just going to be one more guard, so nothing too bad actually. But now Anna Hasselborg is really in a good situation. It seems like she's in the mood of wanting to close in that game as fast as she can.
Man vill inte ge dem nerrullen, så antingen frys eller dit. Vad säger du?
Jag tycker ändå det här.
Ja, men då ska vi nästan vara lite halvrätta, va?
She's going to switch from defensive to offensive. Sometimes that happens, you know, you start the end thinking, okay, we're taking everything out, and suddenly you find yourself in a situation where actually you're better off just switching. There she's got one rock really well placed in the forefoot, guarded. So instead of just peeling that rock, just think, well, I can really give them a hard time if I get that one right. Top of the 8-foot half buried, that would be perfect for her.
Precis full 8, eller halva på 8-foten. Fram, alltså topp. Samma fart eller? Yes. Nej. Känns det samma fart på... Ja. Bra linje! Gå då! Jättebra linje!
Bra linje, gärna Kala!
Nej, jättebra linje!
Jättebra linje, kör! Hårt!
Hårt! Gå! Gå linje också!
Kör!
Gå linje! Hårt!
Kom igen, Niklas! Kör!
Kom igen, kör! Japp! Bra sådär.
Unfortunately, she's a bit short,
Bra sopat.
but it's okay.
Bra.
Center's well guarded now, and they've got good position in the house.
Ja, ganska mycket att träffa på den här kuppen.
Yeah, well, I think obviously Hegner only has the choice of a tap back or a run back. So she's opting for the tap back, which is probably a smarter choice. You want to try and...
Ja, absolut.
Ja. Ja, square.
Yeah, I think she just wants to push it probably.
Ja.
Come, say backline weight, push that one in the forefoot.
Så kan vi, alltså eller gör dem, ja precis, gör dem andra steg, det blir absolut. Gör dem, alltså gör dem, men gör dem skott så tror jag att det hamnar med den stenshalsen.
Det kommer ju öppna en sida.
Ja precis, bara vi inte bort liksom. Så är den synlig och de rullar så ska jag också kunna tänka mig att bara klippa den. Finish, vit osse. Vit osse. Varte noch litt, varte noch litt. Tje! Oh! Tje! Tje!
Taking over Carol. That's a pretty good shot. Good effort there. This was girls, they managed to lie second shot now. That was a really good shot, I have to say. Just a little bit slow. They wanted, but still, I mean, they really managed to save something already. The problem is that they really desperately needed 2 now. I think there might be still an opening there in that hole. It seems like Anna wants to prevent that by not only filling the hole with the rock, but just covering slightly the red one to stop the run back.
Ja, precis. Det är bra. Fjärde hålet. Har vi linjen så att vi kan säkert dra den så att vi också kan täcka knacken, så gör vi det. Hålet är också bara för ett. Ja, om hon inte rullar in. Så hålet är väl potentiellt bättre för.
Hasselborg playing the guard.
Bra linje. Gärna Karla. Gå väldigt rakt. Gå extremt rakt. Sandra, du måste dra den. Sandra, kör! Gå Sandra! Gå! Gå Sandra! Gå, gå, gå! Gå Sandra!
Sweep it a bit there to get an extra curl. And actually, she will be quite disappointed with that rock because it's really not where they want it to be. It's basically useless there, actually. Changes nothing. Doesn't cover up the hole or the possibility to push. Well, it covers up the hole a little bit. I really think there's a possibility to come through there. Still quite tough. Maybe the run back would be slightly easier. Backline weight, something. Red, red, yellow.
I agree with you.
Or even harder and run back double. Red, red, yellow, and the raised red on the other yellow on the right. White 2. That would be a great shot. I'm sure Anna Hasselborg would love to play that one. Well, it seems that she's going to come backline weight. It's roughly giving the same as than before. Got to get that one right. Otherwise, it's going to be really complicated. 5 down, 3 ends to go against Anna Hasselborg. Well, shot to stay in the game.
Alltså både den där 11:an och den här. 11:an chappade jag, men inte för bara fan var den gick liksom.
And sadly, she just slightly over curls, but she really came slow. I mean, she really just tried to score 1. At that point, I think she should have tried to play a shot to score 2. I mean, she's 4 down, 4 ends to play. I mean, I don't really understand that call that well. I thought she was going to come a bit faster. Trying at least to give herself a chance. So that's finally going to be a steal of 1 as we see the other scores there. Team Grey beating Dupont from Denmark.
And on sheet 3 we've got our game. Team Hasselborg against Ursi Hegner, 5-1. To the likes of Hasselborg.
And Sidorova just stole 1 in the 5th to be 4-3 up. A reasonably good situation if they can force Team Pets to score 1 in the 6th. See Marisa Finkelhausen ready to throw her rock. These are the last teams in competition now. In the C Road. See the Swedes, like usual, coming down with the draw at the center. Trying to be top forefoot. Just get the rocks nicely placed in the control zone. Lots of sweeping needed there for Sandra Fleek's rock. Who's visibly very disappointed. Probably a bit tired. This been playing many games. And that doesn't end in a really good position because it is a guard. At least it's a center guard. They don't have the last rock, but they really don't need to score anymore. They're 5 up. They really just need to run down the other team's rocks. Stop them from scoring. For this, you need the minimum rocks in play. Possible that Anna will ask Sandra to play peel on her own guard later.
Nice!
Corner guard, and yeah, indeed, Anna. No risk now. 5 up. Take up the guard. Let the other ones try and build up something.
Of course, the free guard zone, if that is something you know, doesn't apply to your own rocks, so you are allowed to remove your own rocks with
yeah, and that's what she's doing right now. Well, now Hegner doesn't have the choice but to place another corner guard. You got to try still. The game is not over, even though she's in a pretty difficult situation. And they're playing against a very solid defensive team. You'll rarely see some missed peel or some missed open takeouts from them, that's for sure. Alright, that's a good guard. No doubles possible.
no perfect corner guards there. Leveled, so no double takeout possible.
And there's the peel.
Absolutely no problem.
So try again with the corner guard.
Ja, inte så mycket diskvalificering
Bra gissning.
på den ettan.
Båda drog igenom, båda hogga. Titta och Langus.
And I think we'll see Anna asking for the double peel now. Or not.
Raka för eller?
Simple
Jag
one.
har minskat isen, Karin.
Very expressive face.
From Jean Albignon, who joined this team just for this season,
Rent.
coming straight out of juniors.
Bara rent, japp! 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 Jättefint spel, Karin.
No problem for Sweden.
Det var det nu egen slut.
Let's look at the guard and yeah, now they're gonna try and get one in.
Jättefint spel, Karin.
Hin Anne. Ja. Fire i lang.
Ja. Bra. Spyfi.
Ja.
Das wäre ich auch schon gut.
Bra.
3-4. 4. Sen på curlet først. Skrått, se knapt på sitt. 3. Forstyrr. Ikke nå 3. Ja.
Nej, 4.
Nei, ikke nå 3. Ja, den er på ned, altså hosene. Ja. Ok, en og så. Snia! Det finns lite curl här, men det är inga clearingar som har curlat så
Anna
mycket.
Hasselborg preparing the way for where the rock is going, or supposed to
Tjockkall.
roll through.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be pretty close there. That's really not such a good shot from the Swiss team. I think this Knochenauer can show her power.
Rent! Wow! Wow, 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 wow!
Looks a bit wide.
Bra så, Agnes.
Only gets one.
Got one. That's all right.
Bra spel, Agnes.
You don't need to force it too much. I mean, if they just peel all the guards, if really worse comes to worse, Swiss can only score 2.
And you can see they really are having fun out there.
Ja.
That's also very important that when you're at the level that these women are at, that you don't lose the joy in playing curling.
Yeah, you always have to remember why you started to play curling, actually. That's the problem. If sometimes, you know, you're so focused on winning, or being the best, and sometimes you're trying so hard that actually you lose even the fun of playing. It's always good to remember that actually you started curling because you actually love the game. And you love the feelings, you love the team spirit, you love to travel around, meet people. That's really also what the game's about.
Okay.
That's also, I think, what a really cool point about curling is that you really get that chance to meet all those people and enjoy long-term friendships.
I think the
in your
whole
own
spirit
country
of
abroad.
curling, I think curling is kind of unique when it comes to
Hårt, Sandra!
sociability,
Hårt, Sandra! Go, go,
when it
go!
comes to relations
bra
between
spel.
people, between international teams.
Yeah, well,
Even though your opponents, most of those teams are friends with each other, and that's also the case for basically every curler I know. I've been friends with my arch enemy since I know them. So that's really the great thing about curling. There's no real, well, there is maybe rivalry, yes, but maybe differently as it is. When, for example, in football, Basel plays against Zurich. That is here like Real Madrid playing Barcelona. There is not much of friendship there.
Tried finally to get a split. They didn't get, sadly for them. Would have been a good shot.
Ja, men precis. Alltså, vi vill inte vicka helhjälm. Nej, alltså ja, precis. Vicka till linan är också bra.
Klart.
10.
Ja. Maar van dit is traditioneel. Dan gaan we op.
Vicka till linan. Vicka till linan. 10. Karin, jag tycker att vicka till linan är nästan bäst.
Ja.
Så att vi inte låser den här.
Ja.
Gets a little roll. And I think now the Swiss team has to draw behind their own guard.
Ja. The center line. Ja.
There's the first rock with the skip. And she really has to cross her finger and hope that Anna Hasselborg doesn't make her shot after that. They desperately need at least a 2 to give themselves a chance to come back in the game.
Well, doesn't manage to get around this guard, so it will be fairly easy for Anna Hasselborg to take this rock out. Actually, we...
Så kunde skippa den på, om man hade den på vicken, om man... Ja, det känns väldigt nice. Med tanke på att den ligger precis linad upp sådär, om man ska tunnstyra så tappa 3.
Okay, there's falsch drin, der hat es gerade aktualisiert, was ich gerückt habe. Ah. Well, we got our first final tonight, and this would be Team Grey from Scotland beating Team Dupont from Denmark 7-2. If you're looking it up online right now, no, it's not been a 7 scored in the semi-final by the Danish. I think the program just updated at the very wrong moment. Now it's correct.
Yeah, because that would have been a pretty unusual switch of momentum, I think.
Yes, definitely. I was very surprised when I saw it. Had to double check.
Yeah, and so that's one for the Swiss team. You're still hanging in there. They're still 5 down with 2 ends to go. So, still a very complicated situation for them.
There we got Coach Bale Lindholm watching over his girls.
There's Pia Lindholm, Lance Bidot, who's working really hard with the organization of this tournament.
And apparently she's also coaching Team Hegner.
You can see her very serious. Well, if he's watching, he should see himself in a few seconds.
Va? Om vi tickar menar du? Vad sa du?
They start with the center guard.
Vad säger du om ticken?
Well, now they really have no choice. They have to steal their way. Actually, they have to steal 4
Ticken då?
In 2 ends.
in 2 ends.
Fairly tough.
Yeah. Well, if you don't try, you've got no chance of making it. So I think they're not wrong to try and hang in there for one more end. You never know what happens. You can get lucky. Suddenly there can be a few mistakes from the other side. It can happen quite quickly.
Very nice soft peel
Härligt Sandra.
from Sandra Flug. Getting basically rid of this center guard by pushing it into the house.
Yeah, we were actually talking during the previous game about the change that the free guard zone rule brought to the game. I mean, now the leads are really practicing a lot on those soft peels. That's really become a key shot. Therefore, now some are trying to think about changing the rules at one more rock, a 5 rock free guard zone to add even more offense to the game. So they're playing the Grand Slams in Canada like that now. The really top level teams. See, they already tried last year, and apparently the experience was quite good. Changes the whole strategy. Anyway, I think still that this free guard zone was a real positive evolution to the game.
Definitely is. I'm quite excited to see how the 5 rock rule, as the new free guard zone is called, works out, and whether it will be introduced on international level on any event.
Okay, just take out,
Just a simple peel.
roll out. It's a good shot. No need to stain the rings. The less Roxen played for Hasselborg, the better, actually. You don't even want to stay anywhere, even if, especially at the back of the rings. You never know, you can always get those very, very annoying jams. So they got up that second guard.
And the peel is called. Standard procedure.
Bara rent. Upp lite. Rent. Jättebra Karin.
Peel's made.
Jättefint.
That is right on bat. I think also today we had a score of 6 in an end. I think it was just the rain that ended at 2 o'clock, I believe, or was it 4 or was it 6 o'clock? Where, let me double check. As it was Lauren Gray's team from Scotland who scored a 6 on the German team of Imogen Lehmann to win 8-4 after 7. Quite a momentum change. So now there is probably not going to be a lot happening in this end, considering the fact that this draw, or better this guard, was just hogged.
Jättefint Karin. Grymma stenar. Ja. Och ganska rakt här.
So 2 games are still on right now. This one that we're following.
Yep.
And the other game on next sheet. The Russian team playing the Swiss team of Elina Petz. Russian team of Anna Sidorova. Of course, there were 2 Russian teams in that tournament.
Stabilt. Bra spel,
Team of
Agnes.
Sharkova, who was eliminated in the previous rounds, in the extra end.
Bra.
And now Sidorova and Petz are tied 4-4.
Lite oj på take line. Ja. Nothing.
Merci, Schöckisch.
And as we can see, Anna Hasselborg is choosing to hit the rock on the left-hand side. Doesn't want to push that red one on any of her yellow sticking there in the side. Avoid a bad jam. No problem for Agnes Knockenauer. Yeah, because we sometimes saw, you know, those mistakes. You got that rock sticking on the side, you play a peel on the center guard, and you choose the wrong side, and you end up sending the center guard of the opponent's stones onto your own rock, and then it stays in the house.
Rather unfortunate when that happens, but here it was certainly the right call to play from this side, so nothing like it could possibly have happened.
Basically, you really just take no chance of having a bad surprise. The chances, of course, of making the jam are small, but you really just don't take any chance at all. That's it.
Alltså i en skymungång, vad bra det är egentligen att ticka in den för att sen få tejka. Alltså för då får man ju tejka nästa.
Hej, riktigt squat. 2 squat. Steeds längre ud. Ja, hun gør lidt det der med. Jo, einfach so näher wie es geht, dass er nachher vorkommt. Okay, gut so. Wie hoch?
I think that our Russian friends are going to be happy, because after the send we will switch sheets and show the last ends of Team SWE from Sidorova versus Team Pets from Switzerland. So stay tuned. The score is very close now. They're playing in 7th.
Vi nollar va? Jag åker upp.
You can see Hasselborg already going on the other side of the ice. She knows what she's going to play. It's going to be a peel wherever the rock ends.
Kan ju optimalt fall lägga någonstans där det kan bli klurigt.
Ja, gaan er nog geen eens. Ja, ja. Oké, shit.
Kanta. Nolla. Alltså, 10.
Now Hasselborg just going to blank the send. Whatever, take one, doesn't really matter.
She'll probably take home the game anyways.
I think she'll just throw a real rocket at that.
Nej, jag tror nolla. Men jag lovar att jag inte ska flasha. Jag lovar att om jag missar på något sätt ska vi ta ett.
Hasselborg, last shot of the send.
Japp! 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 Hårt! Hårt! Vad fan Agnes, jag gör allt som du säger.
And finally she scores 1.
Congratulations.
And there's the handshake. So So this game is over. So we know the we will know the last finalist after the game from Pets and Sidorova is over. Hasselborg qualifies for the quarterfinals, and we see that they're quite happy. Now we'll switch on the game on the next sheet. You're currently playing this 7th end. No, we just finished the 7th end. So we'll see the score. It looks like Russia scored. And he scored a 2 in the 7th. Just saw that live. Margarita Fomina puts the score on. As we see Anna Sidorova there, putting her broom. Katerina Galkina throwing first rocks. And she's just going to put one right in the center. And they really need to sweep it hard, get it as close to the center. Really important for that rock to be in the house. They're 2 up without hammer. You have to... It's a good situation to be 2 up without hammer.
Definitely a comfortable situation, because even if the opposition manages to score the deuce, you still get the last rock in the extra end.
In the extra end, exactly. And on top of that, when you don't have the last rock, you can start peeling earlier. That means that with the free guard zone rule, if you have the last rock, once you're able to peel, the other team has the time to place 3 guards. As when you don't have the last rock and you have to play defensive, it's actually an advantage in a way, because 2 guards are placed before you can start and peel only. So Marisa Finkelhausen places her first guard, and I suppose that Anna Sidorova will ask for a guard on her own rock. That's the usual opening when you're 2 up with. Place a nice one and just put a close guard just in front of the house. You see the Russian people in the chat are quite happy. They were dreaming about this game.
Oh, we're happy we could make your dreams come true.
Yes, exactly. Well, they prefer to come in the house. Well, it's the result is not that good though, because they got a little split between those 2 reds, and now that leaves a little pocket for Alina Pets to draw. And they have that corner guard. I personally prefer that tactic where you just draw one top of the forefoot, just a biter of the forefoot, and a guard close to the house. And it forces the other team for a freeze, you freeze, and then scoring the 2 becomes really complicated. You drag the game to the center, and the corner guard becomes useless. Provided that you make your shots, of course.
Well, that's always very important in curling.
Yeah. But when you play, I mean, you start from the fact that you will make your shots.
Well, you have to, otherwise you're not confident at all, and you probably won't make a shot at all.
So. Well, people don't agree with me necessarily. You don't have to agree with me. Now, well, they peel the guard. Alexandra Saitova. Winkelhausen is going to place another guard now. They end up rolling in the center. It's not the best shot from Saitova.
It's always fun to watch Team Sidorova, or especially to commentate, because no matter where you are in the rink, you will always hear them when they are shouting for sweeping.
Yeah.
So you gotta know we're not directly in the ice rink itself. We're just, well, we are in the ice rink, but we are in a different chamber. But we can hear them quite well in here.
Not sure that you recognize them when they call for sweeping.
Certainly you do.
Yeah, now while Anipets was reflection, this is a good chance there to lie pretty well there. Finally, they're gonna hit on the left-hand side. Here's the Winkelhausen. Got the little roll.
Nice play.
And Anna Sidorova is ahead. So she's not going to take any risk. You always take off the easy one when you're in that situation. That means the open rock. Permission to do that. Better for them to stick in the rings. So can you roll? No. It's okay. Well, it's very important now for the Swiss team to be able to hit and stay in the house. If they roll out, then that will allow the Russians to throw really hard on that yellow. If they hit it on the outside, they will be able to remove it from play. Pretty good. Maybe not.
So, just doesn't stick around,
Nope.
I guess.
Well, from here it doesn't look like it.
But unfortunately, we don't have the perfect angles to look at that.
But it seems like it's quite clear that the rock's not in, and Well, Anna calling for a draw. Seems like she doesn't believe that the takeout is possible. She probably wouldn't have hesitated to call it. She has to make sure that she's not behind the tee line. Has to be roughly in front of the tee line.
Coming over a bit short there. A lot of sweeping needed.
I don't know. I would rather play the takeout there. Seems like a possible shot. You have to come fast, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you can't hit a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, the risk is actually to lose your shooter and not manage to get rid of the yellow and even push it behind the guard. That would have been like the worst shot possible if she had tried that. But again, it's kind of a risk versus reward. Anyway, the Russians are not too bad after this mistake from Nadine Lehmann. Not hanging on the rings. That really changes everything. The Swiss were in a far better situation before. So we remind you that if Team Pets manages to score 2 in this final 8th end, then there will be an extra end that will have to be played, and the Russian team will have the hammer. So big advantage for them. However, if the Russian team manages to prevent them from scoring 2 or more, that would be the worst case scenario. If they score more than 2, yeah, that's the worst case scenario. But if Sidorova manages to prevent them from doing that, then the game is won for the Russians and they will be in the quarterfinals. Pretty good little tap. Where is that? I don't know. Is there a double?
I think so. Or at least you could loosen up the situation in the middle of it.
Well, if it is possible, they should go for it. Because even if she doesn't make the double, at least she pushes that yellow away from the red.
Yeah.
Lies 2 shots. Has that center guard. Will make Alina Pets' life much tougher. She can also roll in front of the yellow. That's a possibility. I wonder if the angles are there though, but we'll see how that comes up. Good shot.
It's not too bad. At least now it's if Alina Pats hits the nose of the yellow one, she won't be shot twice. Well, that's quite a good outcome actually.
Yeah. So this shot is very, very important for Alina Pets. She's not allowed to hit on the nose. She has to get a roll somehow, otherwise she would just leave an easy double for Anna Sidorova.
There is no double there, I would say.
Oh, that's a good shot. For sure.
I don't think you can take out both yellows, which keeps the 2 alive.
Basically, yeah. So it's hard to tell from that angle exactly how much of that yellow rock Anna Sidorova can see.
I would say a bit more than half.
And it's also a little tough to say how well hidden that red is. The ideal shot, of course, would be to remove that yellow shot, stay, second shot. That would be really perfect. That's a very difficult shot. You also have to be extremely careful not to hit that yellow in front. You could give a 3. Because every time that she releases the rock, you have the impression that, by the expression on her face, that the rock is completely missed.
Yeah.
Every time. Actually, it's very well played.
Well, now we'll see. It's a difficult shot. Alina Paz got in front of her there.
Yeah, well, she got... I think she played the safest shot. I mean, she could have tried to play, let's say, a slower takeout to try and stay, but there was so much risk to clip that yellow one in front, and that would have given the 3. Oh, she's playing that way. Thought it was possible to play from the other side.
Oh, doesn't look too impressed with that. Jams on the guard and
game over.
Game over. That's a steal for Team Sidorova from Russia.
Stealing 1 in the last end.
And so with this last rock we're also at the end of tonight's broadcast. Let's see, final score 6-4.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, I think it's 7-4, but it doesn't really matter to the likes of Anna Sidorova.
Yeah. Well, I think in theory, actually, knowing that all the rocks at the end have been played, you have to write the score as it is.
Yeah, but
so
it doesn't really make a difference.
No, it doesn't make a difference unless people bet.
Yeah. I hope nobody bet on this.
Yeah.
For your sake.
So anyway, that was a real pleasure to come into these games with you.
Yeah, pleasure for me too, Roger, as always.
We know all the quarterfinalists for tomorrow. And for those people who like to wake up early, unlike me, but I will have to wake up early to come and comment these games. 8 o'clock tomorrow is the quarterfinal. Then we'll have the semifinals at 11:15 a.m. Swiss time, of course. And then the final at 2:45 p.m. So, anyway, it was a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed the live broadcasting today on the Curling Champions Tour.
The broadcast will be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, I believe.
8 o'clock, yeah.
And we hope you tune in again.
Okay.
With this, we say good night here from Basel, and
good night.
Join us tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, and do завтра.